Welcome everyone. It is Nero here at Dappcentre, the channel where you can find the best crypto projects and the best dApps, where you can earn a passive income and learn about all the other things you can do with your precious little cryptocurrencies. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Now let's get to it, shall we? All right, guys, I am here with Eddie. He is the marketing manager for Liquidify. We are going to be doing an AMA review on Liquidify. So, Eddie, thank you for joining our channel and having time to spend with you to ask you questions about Liquidify. Please go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself for the audience so we get to know who you are.
Oh, well, personally, I've been working in event management like for the last decade, and 2017, I just got myself into the crypto space, but on like a private base. So I was just, investing by myself. Some friends of mine, they were just like, hey, Eddie, have a look at this new technology coming up, new possibilities. So I just educated myself and slowly I just did what I do for work. So I started like managing some projects. Yeah, and then I just joined Liquidify, which is an awesome project. Yeah, and I really believe in the future adoption of the blockchain technology. So here we are today.
Awesome. So yeah, I've been exploring Liquidify. Can you briefly describe what is Liquidify and what is the mission and the vision of the project?
We state for ourselves that we are like the first liquidity accelerator for long tail assets, which basically means all the assets out of the top 100 market cap, usually like assets which have like lower market caps, low liquidity, not really like a major adoption. Maybe they're not even listed on some major exchanges. So what we're trying to do is make those assets tradable. It's actually like a really simple concept out of the traditional finance. Actually, in Asia, there was like a financial crisis. And what did they do? They had like a lot of foul assets, like assets which were like not really valuable anymore. And they put them together with some precious assets. So they made like a fund. It's like a finance concept actually. And they sold those assets together as a package. And that's basically what Liquidify is doing. We combine long tail assets together with like the major assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, those kind of stuff. They were combined in a package.
Yeah, that's really exciting to hear, because I could see some serious use case for this, for especially newer projects that don't have that much liquidity, and the small market cap gems that, you know, they just don't have the right as much capital to do all the marketing they need to get like on the top exchanges and to provide that marketing market making. So it sounds like this project's really going to have a serious use case that's going to benefit the crypto community as a whole. So that's really exciting.
No, that's totally our intention. You totally got it. We were focusing on a use case. Yeah.
That's great.
Which is there. Like there's all those small coins, you know, everybody holds some long tail assets, maybe from the past, you know, and then the liquidity is getting low and you're like, oh, what can I do with those assets? And this is where Liquidify is going to step in and focus on those communities, on those assets and coins. And we can work with them together to improve their project's liquidity, actually.
So what are some problems does Liquidify try to solve?
Well, this is exactly those long tail assets which are maybe not tradable anymore. People are not really, there's a lot of assets, people just hold on to it, and maybe you can't even sell anymore because there is a really low liquidity, right? This is like the last step of our protocol. Of course, those kind of assets, they're kind of risky. That's why we combine them with the stable assets. You know, you have like a percentage, you have A grade assets like Bitcoin, and then you have different levels like A, B, C, D, and the really risky assets, they're going to make a really small percentage in our protocol. So it's like if you have like a risky asset, maybe just 0.5, 1% of the total value of all the asset TVL pool. So it's not really likely to manipulate. Like the risk for the TVL or the project itself is very minimalized,
Right.
keeping this asset pool very low for the risky assets. Yeah.
So can you please provide us some progress on your roadmap? What results Liquidify has to achieve so far? Is there going to be any sneak peeks into the future plans of Liquidify?
Well, we just launched our protocol. Actually, we took a lot of time for preparation. Actually, like the project is on nearly over a year already, I believe so. So we took really our time because it's like it's a DeFi protocol, right? To like a lot of risk. Like there have been a lot of DeFi hacks recently. Like those protocols are kind of vulnerable because yeah, there's a lot of like what was this? The flash hacks on recently. Even Wax, WallSwap Finance, they got attacked by like a hack. So we're gonna make sure like security is a really important priority of ours. So we wanted to make sure this protocol is super safe before we release it. So now we released the protocol 1.0 stage, where you can enter already like 5 or 6 assets. It's not too many yet, but this is gonna increase, of course, like in time. We have a lot of plans, so we are now in the early stage. But later on, we're going to have hundreds of assets we want to cooperate with, which you can enter into our asset pool. So this is for like the next following month. Right now, actually, on our roadmap, we are having an audit by CertiK. Yeah, I think they're one of the most famous security companies in the cyberspace. So this is a big deal for us to show like all the people, hey, this is a safe project, not something random. Yeah, if you have their stamp, like I think this is in the crypto space something really like validated. You know, this is like legit.
That's good. That's exciting. Auditing is very important in this space for sure. What are the main features that distinguish Liquidify from its competitors?
Well, actually, we have a really awesome team. So actually, I wanted to introduce our team for like a little bit because most of them, they have like experience since a long time. Like I'm actually kind of the newbie in the crypto space, not in marketing and managing though, but in the crypto space. But we have especially our tech team. We have like 20 people in the tech team, which is like a lot, wow, I believe. And we have like some winners of the Dora Hacks hackathon. And our members have experience in a lot of Fortune 500 companies such as Microsoft, IBM, Alibaba, Google. Yeah, so we have a lot of experience. Altogether, it's over 6 years experience in the crypto market.
That's huge. So yeah, team.
There's a big team. So I would say this is one of our good advantages. Then we have like a completely new idea. Like our protocol is actually completely unique. That's why it took kind of a while to write the coding, because it's all from scratch. It's not some copy paste project like a lot of crypto projects. They just come out like mushrooms, right? It's like every day some new projects, just copy paste some Binance chain codes. That's not what we are doing. Like it's completely new. Everything is made by ourselves. Yes, and we have this unique idea, right? It's like we have a use case, we have an idea which is used in the finance industry since like a long time, like in the stock market actually. Yeah. Absolutely. So it's a new idea in crypto, but an old idea in the stock market.
Yep. That is definitely true. So well, let's talk about the tokens a little bit. So we actually have 2 tokens. Could you actually tell us a bit about the tokenomics of the project, and what are the use cases behind the LAT token and the LFY token?
Well, our LAT token, the Liquidity Accelerator token, is like the protocol token, which we actually receive if you enter some assets into the protocol. So basically, the synthesization function, we have 3 different functions though. It works like this. You enter like your asset into the Liquidity Accelerator, and depending on the asset grade, you get a percentage of the value in LUT token, which is very high for like Bitcoin. It should be like, I think it's nearly 100% because it's like a super safe asset, right? So you just enter your Bitcoin into the protocol, and at the time when you enter the protocol, you get exactly the same amount of value based on the asset level in LAT token, which is actually amazing because you keep the ownership with the synthesization function. So you're not selling your token. That actually means you can get your Bitcoin back anytime you want. So if LUT, the LAT token, makes, for example, like a 10x or something, you might want to keep those, right? But if you feel our project totally sucks and we lost, then you're just like, hey, I want my Bitcoin back, which is also no problem at any time. So this is the protocol token.
Okay.
And because we want to be like a completely decentralized organization, right? So we have like the LFY is the governance token, which basically allows users later to have votings. Yeah, but this takes some time. We need to set up everything first before we're going to hand the project over to the liquidity holders, right? So like the LFY tokens, there's a lot of DeFi projects. I'm pretty sure people kind of know how this actually works, right? Yes.
Yep.
So you have voting rights. You can shape the future of the project by being a stockholder, technically. Yes.
That's exciting. So I know we've already talked a little bit about the security. You kind of ducked in there about how you guys are going to be getting audited. But obviously security has to be a top priority, especially in DeFi. So what security features do you guys already have in plan? Is there any other security protocols you guys are looking to focus on? And is there going to be more than one audit?
Well, I think we start with the first audit. If we have the feeling at one point there needs to be like another one, we could totally do that. Like we have a lot of coders by ourselves, right? Like we have like the tech team with 20 people. So, and they took like a lot of time to make this protocol very safe. So I kind of trust them. Of course, like it's DeFi, right? Like our DeFi protocol is the same safe as other DeFi protocols, like Synthetics, AV, like a lot of they're all DeFi protocols, right? And you get the audit, and then you're validated, and yeah, I'm pretty confident in our security team.
That's great. What benefits do you offer users who choose your platform? How do you want to incentivize users choosing your platform?
Well, I kind of created like a bigger picture of that 2 questions ago. Is like you basically with the synthesization function, you can keep kind of 2 assets at the same time, right? Because you insert your token, your long tail assets, for example, into our protocol. You can also swap them, then you get a higher percentage of LAT token. Or you want to keep the ownership and receive LAT token, right? And then you have the 2 tokens. You have the LAT token and you have your long tail asset. And so you have like a double chance for like a winning, right? It's like playing lottery with 2 tickets instead of 1.
Right. That's good. Better your odds, right?
But we have other functions. We have staking as well, stacking as well, and the swapping. Yeah, there's a lot of other functions coming. Like we start with those 3 functions. Yes. So of course, let's see what's happened. There's a lot of speculation always in the DeFi space. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what is your target group? How do you plan on keeping all your users staying with the project for the long term?
Well, there's different target groups. Of course, we are working together with the crypto people who still have some long tail assets in their wallets, and they don't know what to do with them. Where can I use them? Maybe they even want to keep them. So with the synthesization function, you keep them indirectly, right? So those people, and they can improve the liquidity, which is way more interesting actually for projects itself, which is like our second target client, because we can help other crypto projects actually to improve their liquidity, because if their token enters our protocol system, there's always going to be the liquidity to trade this token, right? Which is very safe actually too. Like a lot of projects, maybe if they do some I don't know, there's some hack, the liquidity goes away, some rug pulls or stuff. This can't happen with our protocol, right? Because the liquidity is always there. But the protocol itself is safe because of the small percentage those assets actually are part in. It's just like 0.5%. The majority is going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, even USDT. Yeah, but we can work together with other projects. Actually, we are already in talks with some long tail asset projects right now. We are talking. We start on the Binance smart chain. So right now we just can approach projects actually on that chain. We're gonna go cross chain later. The next gonna be like Ethereum, Uniswap. So right now we are talking actually to Waltz Swap Finance like Wax, VSD, Wall Street Games, and even Safemoon. Like we are in talk with Safemoon right now. Yeah, for like a cooperation. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Very nice. Yeah, partnerships are very important in this space, that's for sure.
Yeah, we want to be partner with everybody. Everybody can be our partner if they have a good system.
Right.
Like not really. Yeah, well, we were actually just having some like I can give you like a sneak peek, which is basically right now NFTs are very hyped, right? And right now we are coding it right now. Actually, the next step for our protocol is going to be working with NFTs, because they also have a lack of liquidity, right? It's like you can buy a lot of NFTs and later you're like, what can I do with them? I cannot trade them anymore. It's like we want to actually improve that market economy. Like we want to make them liquid as well. And yeah, so we want to actually insert NFTs in our protocol, which is going to be the next step.
NFTs are huge. So, I mean, what other further plans do you have? Does Liquidify have? You know, you mentioned NFTs. You also mentioned the Liquidify 3.0 protocol. You will not have any type of restrictions since it'll be open to any type of asset. But my question is does every type of asset really require liquidity? For instance, you know, even the NFTs, do NFTs need liquidity too?
First of all, like we want to actually extend that list later, even to like you can actually make a connection with like the traditional finance market, for example, with the crypto space. That because a lot of to our protocol, this kind of stuff. But back to your question, I totally think so. Like I mean, if you want to trade some things, if you want to be able to sell something, you need liquidity. That's you need Liquidify, which is us. Yes. Buying and selling, like all market movements always depends on like buyers and sellers, right? You need those both to have like a market movement. Otherwise, you're just gonna have your assets in your bag in the corner of your room. Yeah. So it's like, what's this room called? Actually, in the top where your grandpa always goes, or your grandma, and stores some things. I'm just missing the word. It's like in German it's Dachboden.
Yeah, that'll work. Well, guys, that's pretty much wraps up the AMA here. Thank you, Eddie, the marketing manager with Liquidify. I'm very excited about this project. Now, of course, guys, always do your own research. You know, I'm not a financial advisor, and that investing in projects, especially projects like these, could involve risk and you could potentially lose all your money. But without further ado, be sure to give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video. And also, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that way you get notified every time that I go live and when I post new videos. Well, guys, thank you, Eddie. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we get off here?
Well, if anybody has like further questions, of course, there's a lot of social media linked to us. We have a lot of social media channels, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, We have even been in some newspapers, like we have a Medium newspaper site. We have YouTube channel. If you want to dig some more infos about us, you can find a lot of informations. You can even come to our Telegram group and find me and talk to me personally if you'd like to. I'm happy to answer your questions.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you for being here today. Thanks for the opportunity to introduce our project. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it.
Liquidify all assets.
Exactly. Liquidify all assets. Also, guys, I will be posting the links down in the description so you guys can easily find all of their social media and the link accounts of all the information. So thank you guys all for tuning in. It is Nero here at Dappcentre saying so long and enjoy the rest of your day. Adios.